what happened? Let's see. So now, if you tune in right now, I'm gonna do replay analysis about a lot of players. Okay, what is rank? Wait a minute. Yeah, alright. So I'm gonna rename the stream. Alright. Done. So let's see. What kind of feedback can we give to Nandesz10? So we have a Chinese versus French. The early game, let's see. So there is no problem starting like this in early game, because most of the time I do the same thing. So how do I start with China early game? I go double scout plus Imperial official, double scout Imperial official, 6 villager on food, and after that I don't need to do anything. Like I just gonna put 6 villager on the deers, and they're gonna generate enough food to go Song Dynasty very fast. Okay, this is the thing that you need to work better on it. That you need to get there first those deers that are closer to the mill. And not those that are way far, like far away from the deers. So after that he had 2 villager on wood, collecting enough food to make the mining camp. This is good. But as I said, the first villagers always should collect the food around the mill and not far away from it. And meanwhile so at this time, and most of the time, around 3 minutes and 30, I already age up with China. But you went double Imperial official. Let's see how that pays out. So you have 400 right now, 500 food and 202 gold. Let's see what you're gonna do. So it's gonna be a Barbican in the middle. Okay, this is already wrong. You know the enemy oh my god, the Chamber of Commerce. You know the enemy is French. So you should have just put a Barbican close by your... Like, if you put a Barbican here, you are protecting your food and gold at the same time. Also, you can pull your sheep later on closer to the mill, so you don't need to collect the 2 deer that's really far away from that mill, but you can collect the sheep under the mill. And don't forget, if you put here the Barbican, you can easily protect both of them. So let's see what happens next. Walls. I don't believe stone walls is really required. You should have just make wood walls, wooden palisade, and save the stone for second TC plus Song Dynasty. I don't believe stone walling this early is really good, because it's gonna cost you a hell lot of, like, just imagine walling this costs you like at least 200 stone. And spending like 90 to 100 stone here, and here, and here, it's already 2 TC. Oh my god. Okay. So meanwhile, we got a wall around the enemy. Which was a mistake by the French, right? So if you scouted, like, as a French, if you had just scouted this is a lot of stone. This is an amazing amount of stone that Nanda spent on it. I don't think the Stonewall Gate was a good idea, but let's see what happens. Oh, that one poor trader dude. Double trader dude. Sitting outside. Because the only reason why I'm saying that the Stonewall Gate was not a good idea, because Stonewall Gate has less HP. You don't want to go inside of the French base. But let's see what happens, because I'm very curious what happens in this game. The idea is good, but if you want to get better, this will not work at all. Why? Because most of the, like, experienced player will not let you to build stone walls around them. Like maybe you can put out a stone wall here or stone wall here, but most of the experienced player we will not allow you to do such a huge wall around the enemy base. So now we spend a huge amount of stone. So what, even if you are a success of stonewalling the enemy, you should just go H3 and collect all the relics, like literally all the relics from the map to get 500 gold per minute. I would have done that. I will not make, no, this is wrong. You were very close to age up, like you had a huge amount of food to age up, but you rather choose to make a lot of spearmen. Like you don't need to be scared. If you made that amount of wall around the enemy, you could have just easily, yeah, like that. You just wall yourself. And after that, what you gonna do? You're just gonna go H3. You're gonna get your own knights. Don't forget that you're gonna get your own knights. And that's it. This is wrong. So after walling the enemy, you should have just go H3, get your own knights, and spam nest of bees. Okay, let's see what happens. So the enemy breached the wall. He's making archer and knights plus the traders. So the enemy already made a mistake. He did Chamber of Commerce. So this is the thing that you can really use on your side. The enemy made Chamber of Commerce, but you need to know the Chamber of Commerce gives 30% more res, right? But not 30% more gold. So you're gonna get the same amount of gold from the trade post, but you're gonna get 30% more stone, wood, or food, which is very good because you're gonna set the traders on stone and you can get like 100 stone per trip easily. So let's see what happens. You are still spamming a lot of archers and spearmen. Maybe you could have just age. Like, look, this shouldn't have been happening. You should be H3 like 6 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago, you could have easily be H3 and get your own knights and beat his knight. Like this, like you could have 2 times more knights if you're just focusing on to age up. But let's see what happens. We are rolling back. He losing a huge amount of spearmen, losing more spearmen. Castle in the middle. Oh no! That was a bad idea. That was minus 800. Minus 800 stone. You cannot build a keep with 4 villager and no, like, literally those villagers had nothing with them. You lost your whole army to the enemy archer plus knight spam, and look at that. The enemy has a +2/+1 already. Do we have a blacksmith? Yes, we had +1 on everything, but I don't think this is really important in this situation right now. But let's see what happens. Just lost 800 stone. Losing to archer range, 2 racks, lot of amount of wood, losing a keep, 800 stone, and still 1 TC. We are still on 1 TC. That stone could have been your second TC. There were a huge amount of mistakes, but also that keep could have been on the trade post. So just imagine that you put that keep on the trade post, not letting the enemy to trade. Thank you, White Turkey. So let's see what happens next time. Losing a rack, losing another rack. We are on a lot of farms. Do we have upgrade? Yes, double upgrade on crossbreeding. So let's see the income. 800 food per minute, 1200 food per minute. And we are still on Tang Dynasty. Another mistake. You are Chinese. Your main goal is to reach 110, 20, 30 villagers as fast as you can. You are on 50 villagers. And another mistake that you are not making villagers non-stop. A good TC is a TC which makes villagers without outage. You just constantly non-stop making villagers until you are above 100. If you are around 110, the sweet number of villagers around 110. If you have 110 villagers, that's okay. But you stop making. This is the best. Like, this is the biggest mistake that a player can do, is just forget to make villagers. So let's see, 50 villagers versus 84. You are 30 villagers behind. Those knights getting inside the base. If you are lucky. Ooh, no. That was another huge mistake by both of the players. Nice trap, by the way. So the enemy is going red palace in the middle, also collecting relics and having a trade. So he's like, look at that. He has how many traders? 41 traders already. That's a huge amount of gold. That's really a huge amount of gold. Yes, 1,200 gold per unit with only 19 villagers and 41 traders. So, and the enemy has 108 villagers. Meanwhile, Nandesz has 45. So the numbers always peak. Having this low amount of villagers is a huge mistake. Red Palace, by the way, insanely good. So having this low amount of villagers it's like one of the biggest mistake ever. The Imperial official boosting the mining cap, but this goal was out for like 5 minutes already. So you should have just think about your Imperial officials. If you don't know where is your Imperial official, there is a button for it. You can just easily, like, if you think that you need to click on it and try to click on it and search for the Imperial officials. But boosting Lumber with only 2 villagers is not the greatest one, believe in me. Spiritway, the Spiritway doesn't work with rags, it only works with dynasty units. Which means that you can get Chigenyu or Grenadier or Fire Lancer much cheaper, but you don't get any unit cheaper from the rags, because rag doesn't have dynasty unit at all. So the enemy is gonna capture all the sides on the map, because even that you have stone walls around yourself, you have literally 0 map control. Look at the map. What can you see? The wood on the left side is close to you, right? So you can, there is like 10,000, I can tell you right now, this is 10,000 wood. So you collect 10,000 wood. After that, what's gonna happen? There's another wood, but it's more closely to the side. And there's another wood to the right side. But they are far away from your main base. All of your wood that you require for future, for the late game, they are far away. And you don't have map control at all. I'm really curious what you're gonna do next. As I said, like, forgetting me. Oh, now you queued up a lot of villagers because you realize you are not making villagers. Well, they are not doing anything. You should have queued up villagers somewhere, like on wood or food or stone or gold. But the enemy has a huge amount of income right now. So you are on H4. As soon as you enter H4, you need to drop a university. That you did already. I'm just kind of blind. So you got the university. And you can get the ancient techniques, which is increase the gathering rate of the villagers by 5% for each dynasty achieved. So Tang Dynasty, Song Dynasty, Yuan and Ming gives 20% faster gathering rate. So capturing one side. Nope, he's not capturing the side. But this is the biggest problem that you have right now. The enemy has a trade line for like 20 minutes. He's getting a lot. Oh, and if he gonna use the guild hall to get 7,000 food, the world will collide. The enemy is trying to get in from that side. That's a lot of amount of ability here. Alright. Okay, that was very good. That was very nice by the Clock Tower Nest of Bees. You did a really good job with that. So you cleared up the first wave of the enemy military. I can tell you that I can still see a comeback. Like, you can still manage to do a comeback if the enemy makes one mistake. Like, the food income is not a huge difference. The enemy has 1000 food per minute. You have 900 food per minute. So the food income is not a big difference, but the gold income it is. 3000 gold per minute versus 800 gold per minute. So you can easily just buy food or get the guild hall. 8000 food. One thing that you need to really know, the Red Palace has a 9, am I right? Oh, sorry, 10. 10 tiles of range. I was right about it. So the Red Palace has 10 tiles of range, which means the Red Palace can destroy every bombard. So if you try to destroy the Red Palace with a bombard, most likely you're gonna lose those bombards, believe me. But because the Chinese has a really good upgrade called Pyrotechnics, your bombard has 12 tiles of range. That's really good because you can destroy the Red Palace with Chinese bombards since you have more range. But you should play for map control. As I said, you literally have no map control at all, which will give the enemy a really good trade income. So what is the next step of Nandesz? Let's see. Going to right, then I'm going to the right side. You are not really moving your army. You are... Oh, okay, so let's see. The enemy has 5 cannon, 4 springald, a lot of knights. So let me tell you this situation. If you show that you have nest of bees and a great number of that, you have a lot of nest of bees, one thing that you can just see in the future, that the enemy will try to counter it. How he gonna try to counter it? With springolds. What do you need as Chinese? Just clock tower bombards and get the pyrotechnic upgrade, and that's it. You don't need anything else. You need a lot of, like, as soon as you age up, to be honest with you, as soon as you age up, the only thing you need to do is push out the clock tower bombards. But the biggest problem that you are still on 50 villagers. I don't know where did you lose those villagers, I didn't think that. But the problem is, still having 50 villagers is nothing compared to 127. So one of the big, like, look at that, now the enemy is just memeing you, collecting your wood outside your base. And he collected already his wood, so that means he's gonna collect this wood as well, and you are already behind of wood. Why are you so behind of wood? Because you have no villagers to collect the wood, so you have no bombers. You can make a single bomber. Look at that, 7 cannon. Now he can just easily, like, with this army, he can just easily double with you. But let's see. If the enemy makes a huge mistake, without even seeing, okay, what will happen in the fight? The enemy made only knights. He has 7 bomber, right? The only thing you're gonna do at this situation is you're gonna send the palace guards to destroy the cannon and maybe the springles as well. So let's see if that happens. Because the enemy has no, like, mangonels, you can just easily kill all those bombards. He's not even like, there's not even a castle, defensive castle, springers are not doing anything. This is still, okay, at this situation you could have just easily come back. I'm not even joking. If you grab all your army and just ignore the Red Palace, go this side, remove the wall, just delete it. Like you just go like this, delete the wall, and you go inside the enemy base. Let's see what you're gonna do. You cleared all the bombards. You should no, yes, that's the thing. So the red pellets melts down everything. So we are doing the right side, destroying the spring gold. Okay, this is the mistake. You can do that. You can fight under red palace. The red palace is, look at this. It has 63 arbalest, 88 cannon, and 63 spring gold and a hot oil, right? You cannot fight under a red. Like, look how fast your units die. Like, look, this is the normal game speed. Look, you're gonna lose units one by one. That's it. You lost your war army. The enemy had literally nothing to counter your army because he had men-at-arms, but you had like 40 crossbowmen and a lot of palace guards and a lot of spearmen, but you still lost the game because fighting under a red palace, you can't do that. Now you're gonna lose the nest of bees. As I said, I think Nandesz could have just come back into this game easily if you just destroy this wall segment, just delete it, get inside the enemy base and kill all the villagers that... oh wait, enemy has no villagers and food. But I have 12,000 on the guild wall. And still fighting under the red palace. More army from the enemy. Whoa. We lost a lot of villagers again. That were harvesting or helping to repair the... what is that? The siege. So again, look at the villager numbers. 31 villagers. 31 versus 123. Oh yeah, villagers that try to repair the siege. So Nandesz had one good chance to come back into this game, but he just threw it by fighting under the red palace. Oh, good thing that everyone need to learn about it. You can, however, you can destroy the stone wall, which is just being built. Oh, by the way, Rams doesn't work against the red palace. I can tell you. Still, you are not making videos. As I said, the only good TC that you can have in this game is a TC which works non-stop. Your TC is perfect, good, and awesome if it works non-stop, just pushing out the villagers. This is a bad TC. Now just losing all the army. So again, Nandesz, if you are watching this in the future, don't forget to make villagers non-stop at least 110. That's gonna be the sweet number, 110. And you got a lot of upgrades, so you know that you need to get the upgrades. You're a smart player. You know that you need the upgrades, but don't forget to get villagers. Like you got all the very useful upgrades, not this one, but this is very useful. And also you need to go dynasties. You were still on Tang Dynasty for 44 minutes. You need Song Dynasty. So after the Song Dynasty, you Ming Dynasty, and after that back to Yuan Dynasty. Why do you need to get like Ming and after that Yuan? Because the Yuan 50% speed is worth more than a 10% HP. Why is it worth more, Tsunami? Because the Imperial officials get 50% speed, which means if you need to collect taxes, they're gonna run faster. They're gonna have 1.28 tires per speed, which is like a really fast unit. So it's gonna be really, I think, like an archer. So that's a reason why the Yuan dynasty is the most important dynasty after Song and Ming. So you're gonna get Song, Ming, and Yuan dynasty. Don't go Yuan and Ming, because why are you not going like Yuan and after that Ming? Because you know, like 10% HP. Because the Fire Lancers without Yuan dynasty have 1.5 tiles of speed, which means they are the most slowest cavalry. Sorry, the elephants are the most slowest cavalry, but cavalry on horse in the game. So they have 1.5 tiles of speed, which means even the scout is faster than a fire lancer. And that's the reason why you don't go Yuan and Ming, but Ming and Yuan dynasty. Because the fire lancers are very slow without the Yuan dynasty. As I said, even the scouts are faster than a fire lancer without Yuan dynasty. Which means if you are playing against Mongol, the Mongol spearman with the Yam network can outrun a fire lancer. And that's it. GG. I hope you learned a lot about this Nandesz, and I hope you're gonna play more Chinese in the future.